Hey, Michelle is back for another adventure of giving my conspiracy theories for entertainment purposes only. So it ought to be clear to a whole lot of us, as we consider the devastations and such that we face, that, a lot of so called leaders and scientists, more specifically, those that were, who made the promise, I'm sure, that they would do everything in their power to uh, protect the planet, number one, and going above and beyond to discover breakthroughs in technology and development without being compromised, right? Without being compromised, without being easily manipulated, and it all be about greed and their own personal gain and their own personal recognition instead of looking at the big picture of planet Earth, you know? Because I can guarantee you a lot of them made those promises, when they graduated and they're smiling and happy. But as soon as somebody came forward and offered them, a sack of money or something, they were easily manipulated and easily compromised to do whatever it takes, and for nefarious purposes, to alter, to interfere. Because I told you that most human beings on other planets live at least 1,000 years old, and that we in our DNA have a code in there that needs to be reversed, and which will allow us to have a longer lifespan. Now, what if I tell you that these scientists already know that and have that secret hidden for what? Has anybody ever asked? Does anybody ever care? I think we just became so, unfortunately, so. A lot of people just say the term "dumbed down." I mean, you can use any term you want. It was just obvious that we were not using our consciousness as everybody else, everywhere else in the universe, and we were not thinking for ourselves, and we were putting all of this. You know what? That would be a lot of pressure on the scientists too when you think about it. That's a lot of pressure, to come through with breakthroughs in technology and scientific breakthroughs and health breakthroughs, and yeah, and most of it has to do with beauty enhancement. Has everybody noticed that? Worrying about wrinkles and put fillers in the face and sucking out fat here, putting fat there. But there are a few handful of scientists that know that secret to reverse the aging, which will cause us to live a little bit longer than 100 years if we, pay attention and follow the instructions. But, we're support following instructions that, it probably will be fruitful anyway if we are allowed to live that long. But, but because of the stage of the overpopulation, there's no way our planet will be able to survive if, if you were to reverse it now because of the amount of people here. It'll just, it'll bring us to the end because the planet is not going to be able to sustain it. And why would you want to live longer? Say if you can live 500 years and you don't have any food or water, what kind of sense does that make? No animals, no trees. You're on basically a dead planet. You eventually will probably blow your head off. I'm pretty sure of that. So you have to think outside and be creative. When you're developing these movie plots and developing these, writing these books, you just have to think bigger. And the most important thing is to wake the fuck up. You're falling off the cliff. You're falling off the cliff. I'll come back for some more entertainment stuff. I'll be back. Peace and love.